On August 7th, in violation of international law, Russia unilaterally decided to temporarily close the Kerch Strait, an international waterway located between the Crimea and the Russian Taman Peninsula. The strait was shut to all marine traffic except for Russian naval vessels. Ultimately, Russia hopes to build a bridge connecting Russia to the occupied Crimea. Construction is scheduled for completion in 2019, but it has been held up, among other things, because of international sanctions against Russia. Ukraine officially protested Russia's illegal action, which, among other things, cut off the Ukrainian ports of Mariupol and Berdyansk from the Black Sea. Russia has shown by this action a disregard for international law and an arrogant conviction that it can behave so with impunity. It is very important that the international community not turn a blind eye to such actions by Russia. Recent weeks have also provided fresh evidence of blatant human rights violations by the Russian authorities in the occupied Crimea. On August 4th, a district court in Rozdolne in northern Crimea sentenced a farmer, Volodymyr Baluch, to 3 years and 7 months in prison and gave him a hefty fine for allegedly hiding weapons and explosives in the attic of his farmhouse. According to the Crimean Human Rights Group, an organization that monitors human rights violations in the region, this sentence is based on trumped-up charges and false evidence planted by the Russian security service. The sentence is seen as an act of political persecution against Baluch for his refusal to accept a Russian passport and for his vehemently expressing pro-Ukrainian views. Among other things, Baluch proudly hoisted a Ukrainian flag over his farmhouse and placed a street sign on his house dedicated to the Heavenly Hundred, the fallen heroes of the Ukrainian Revolution of Dignity.
Що стосується вироку, на жаль, всі ми розуміли, що об'єктивного вироку або рішення суду бути не може, тому що з самого початку це була політично мотивована справа, і жодних шансів на правосудне рішення тут не було, тому що патрони були підкинуті, і це вже довели адвокати неодноразово, але суддя Марія Бітріцька, вона повністю проігнорувала аргументи захисту і повністю підтримувала версію слідства та прокурорів.
Russian authorities continue to persecute the pro-Ukrainian Crimean Tatar minority. One example of this is the trial of Artem Chigos, currently taking place in Simferopol. Chigos is one of the leaders of the Mejlis of the Crimean Tatar people, the executive representative body of the Crimean Tatars, that was outlawed by Russia in 2016 as a quote-unquote extremist organization. On August 8th, the Crimean prosecutor demanded that Chigos be sentenced to 8 years in prison for allegedly inciting an anti-government, quote-unquote, mass riot. What is ironic, and what has earned this trial the descriptive moniker lawless, is the fact that the charges against Chigos pertain to a demonstration in Simferopol that took place on February 26, 2014, that is, prior to Russia's annexation of the Crimea. Thus, Russia can have no possible jurisdiction in this case, and according to lawyers, this trial violates not only international law, but even Russian law.
Це така ритуальна справа, я би навіть так сказала, ритуальний процес, і він має ще глибокі символічні наслідки. Він показує кримським татарам, що буде за організований ненасильницький, я тут хотіла підкреслити, спротив, тому що Ахтем Чигос приймав участь в мирному зібранні.
In connection with the Chigos case, on August 8th, the Simferopol police also arrested senior citizen Server Karametov for his peaceful solitary picket outside the High Court building. Karametov was simply standing there with a self-made sign that read, quote, "Putin, our children are not terrorists," unquote. The 76-year-old Karametov, who suffers from Parkinson's disease, was subsequently sentenced by a Crimean judge to 10 days in jail and was given a large fine for his alleged, quote-unquote, disobedience to the police. According to human rights activists, similar violations of human rights by the Russian authorities take place in Crimea almost every day. Through such acts of persecution and blatant miscarriages of justice, Russian authorities seem to be trying to quash all opposition to their illegal rule in the Crimea. So it is particularly important for the international community not to let such human rights violations go unnoticed. I'm Tania Stech, and this was Ukraine in the news.
Канал 1+1 тепер доступний на Bell International Programming.